Happy Finesse Friday. Until I'm back in my regular environment and back to regular schedule, well, it's going to be all charts from here. We're going to dive right into the major winning trade, which is MRNA. But before I do that, Finesse Friday is all about where I recap all of our swings, not only the entries, the thought process, but also the discipline and the mindset behind it all.
Are you really trading? Or are you a trader?
Moderna. Before we get into this major winner, I am going to go through our trades from last week. I didn't get a chance to recap because of the cruise, because of lack of internet connection, Wi-Fi, the dead zones when you're out on sea. So here I go. Last week, we provided Oracle and Shack. Let's deep dive into Oracle's chart. We provided Oracle as a bullish long trade. We bought at 147 and it hit our second target around 159 to 160. Now, with this chart in particular, I would like you to notice, of course, the trend. Now, what is the current trend? The current trend at the time we analyzed, which it still is, but we had a dominant tight trend, meaning if I were to throw up short-term moving averages, we can see where the week in which we entered, it was within this trend. Nice push up. Look at the high of this candle, 159.26, right at our last target range. Great movement up. Nice winner, especially on the options. You'll notice the trend line. We can see prior was in a downtrend. We had a bit of consolidation, broke that downtrend if I were to draw a downtrend line, and current trend is up, as we can see. Oracle was great to us. The next trade provided was Shack. Now, Shack was above 72. You can see right now it's currently trading at 75.82. As in this week, it also pulled back, but it continued its trend to the upside. Ultimately, this is where we got in right around here last week. Thought process on this to retest this wick because yes, it had earnings. We had a minor pullback. Great entry for us on Monday, and you can see here after Monday, every single day since, it pushed and it ended with a nice strong candle on Friday for us to get some nice profits off the table. Now, as we're looking at Shack, one thing I also want you to notice with this is the trend. Solid trend. Let's get the trend line, and I can start it from here. I can extend the way up. This is what it was at the time, especially around the earnings gap, push higher, minor pullback, price still respecting trend. We had a few inside days of consolidation before pushing again. One thing I'm going to continuously state, these trades in particular are always provided over the weekend before the market opens, which allows our members as well as ourselves to get the entry we desire because we're anticipating higher entries than the prior trading day's closing price. More than likely, entries are always, not more than likely, but they are based on technical levels to make sure that if we're anticipating price to move up, it hit a technical entry point, so price can continue to move up and so forth. Now, we had some other trades that continuously hit our second target, such as Netflix. Here goes Netflix. We discussed Netflix on one of the Finesse Fridays. It finally hit our second target and beyond. Netflix was beautiful for us. Our entry point was right around here. And this is literally our trend. Great, excellent movement up. Options return over 200% for this one. We can simply get the trend line here. And you're probably thinking, what in the world did we base this on in order to get an entry here? And to be honest with you, when I analyze this chart and I've noticed the earnings gap down, the gap down was at a particular, here goes the key, as I'm zooming towards the left, at a particular support level. But in order to find a support level, we have to look all the way back left. Now, I know you can see it once I use my crosshair. And that's how I was able to spot a great opportunity to get in Netflix. Here goes what's key with the best risk to reward ratio. Because as we're entering, this is all the space we have to go down, meaning our upside potential becomes unlimited at this point because all of the prior levels Netflix once hit. Amazing winner and runner for us at the same time. NTNX also was a trade still in progress. You can see bounced off the trend line. This one I did analyze because this trade was provided the week of 7/26. And yeah, it moved up beyond second target, same time Netflix was given. It's like something about the ends that I narrowed in on and spotted some amazing opportunities. Another trade that we also discussed was INTU. This one was simple. It was bull above $277.60. This one was provided on July 5th. And you can see since July 5th, this is where we're at. Price continued to run up higher. Great winner. Earnings is near. Now, the key for us always is to lock in, right? Lock in, and any runners we may have, we just consider it a bonus. So if the company beats, well, that's more for us. But if it falls, we're literally just playing at this point with house money because we already made great returns off of that. We discussed PLTR already. This was a major move for us. You can see it curled back a little bit only to push up once again. And now let's get into this week's pick. This week's pick in particular that moved lovely for us was MRNA, but I want to be clear, MRNA wasn't technically this week. MRNA was given on August 9th. August 9th as a bonus trade. Now, if we go back August 9th, I want you to notice, right? So August 9th was a Sunday. Now, once again, we see these, find these great setups over the weekend just to prepare ourselves for market open for the rest of the week. The technical entry, I just stated we want it simply above 60, meaning $60.01, $60.02. It could be 61. It didn't matter because what I noticed in regards to MRNA, I noticed the consolidation, and I hope you all can see it as I'm moving my cross here. This consolidation was major. It wasn't necessarily anticipating for any earnings because earnings already occurred. So that's the last thing that was even on my mind. It was just consolidating, letting me know that price found a great level of support in which it was holding, but can we get above 60 and hold in order to push forward? And here we are, a huge, great movement to the upside. I'm talking about from here to here. On shares alone was up over 172%. Shares alone. Options anywhere from 1,500 to nearly 2,000% return. And literally, the benefits of the bonuses that I provide, besides the trades that are on the email, is just having the understanding that we're able to find amazing setups, right? And I just want to make sure that when I'm spotting something that looks like a great opportunity, those who are within the Profit Room community, they are benefiting as well. CVX, my bad, because what I gave, I don't know, I gave wrong entries based off of a different exchange. But this was our official swing for the week that I actually end up pulling back. But still, I let everyone know I meant to have CVX, but I just didn't give the entry points necessarily. But bullish trade, if we count back the days, this is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. And if we go right here, it was basically a nice continuation trade as playing off of energy, etc. Thank goodness for MRNA, because MRNA, we end up capitalizing for the week. While right now, currently, one of our trades that I replaced CVX with is still in progress. So I'm not going to mention that until either the stop out happens or it hits target. Now, this is Finesse Friday. This is the week. Did we finesse the market? Oh, yeah. MRNA. Way to go. Now, before I close this video out, I have to shout out Coach Sandra because she dropped this week. She spoke about the crypto sector. Now, we know Coinbase moved huge, etc. And I love this chart. IBIT consolidating range for several weeks. Bullish above 38. She highlighted a little channel. And voila, like I said, we all benefit from being in this community. Now, IBIT, we already know the end result of that. And Kim followed up with her 382% return. Let's take a closer look at that chart. Wow. Love it. Now, we know she provided it on the 19th, right? And then you have a gap up yesterday and then the gap up today. Hence, almost 400% return. That's a bonus where everyone eats in here. Have a great weekend, everyone.